Aaron Judge is getting closer to returning to the Yankees. He took batting practice and took some reps in the outfield. We'll talk about an update on him later on. Ohtani, he was taken out with the finger issue. The Halos, they're trying to lose their 6th game in a row. Corbin Burnes, he was nasty despite almost suffering a heat stroke on the bump. All of that in today's MLB Recap, a series in which we recap every single game almost every single day. And a reminder, use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek if you're going to any baseball games anytime soon. We have a rematch of the 2022 NLCS, the Padres and the Phillies. Let's see if the NLCS MVP Bryce Harper can break his 36-game homerless streak. He has not hit a home run in 36 games. Scary Gary, he said, Bryce, see, it's not that hard. And Tatis, he did the exact same thing. Tatis, he really enjoyed that home run. When he knows it's gone, he knows. 432 feet. He has 17 home runs and a 141 OPS plus. Manny Machado belted his 16th home run later on in the 6th inning. And after San Diego got 2 more on singles from Brandon Dixon and Ha-Seong Kim, Juan Soto, he crushed a 2-run tater. That is the first time Tatis, Machado, and Soto all went yard in a single game. That was all for Yu Darvish, by the way. He struck out 9 over 6 innings. If he can stay locked in, if Blake Snell can basically stay unhittable, and if Joe Musgrove can just stay in the mix, the Padres, they're going to have a really good second half. The Orioles and the Marlins, Adam Frazier took all of the insults personally from Mariners fans last year, and even from me, because I said that he was the worst player in baseball, but he's somehow been able to channel all of that into a huge productive season. Not only did he have that RBI single, but after Cedric Mullins went yard in the 4th, Adam Frazier now has a career-high 11 home runs, and July just started. Before we show Dean Kramer, the starting pitcher for the Orioles, throwing his gem, look at that grab. Rookie Dean Myers, he was flying out there in center field. He made a sick grab, but it was all kind of for nothing as the Marlins, they did not win this game. Dean Kramer, he went 6 strong. He allowed just 2 base hits. He struck out 8. He and Kyle Bradish, they're looking like a solid duo going forward. Now, I got to show this Soler home run, his 24th of the season, and check this out. Frazier, he went from a walk to a bad call for strike 2 to a home run. Adam Frazier said, I'll take another chance, thank you. His 2nd home run of the night, a new career high with 12. He had 3 home runs and 42 RBIs in all of last year. This year alone, he has 12 home runs and 44 RBIs as the Orioles, they win 5-2. The Giants and the Padres, Michael Conforto broke the goose egg for both teams with a 2-run single in the 5th inning, but both teams, they pretty much woke up after that. Pittsburgh, they actually stole the lead and went up 5-4 in the 6th inning, so San Francisco, they're going to need their rookies to step up. Patrick Bailey, he clutched up again. Joey Bart, who? Now, I hate to be that guy and just kind of write off Joey Bart, but seriously, Patrick Bailey is way better. He's a flat-out stud. He then stole second base after plating 2 and then scored on a base hit from fellow rookie Luis Matos. You have Camilo Duvall coming in the 9th. He ended it with a double play. He has 27 saves on the year already. The Giants, they win 6-4 over the Pirates. I'm going to go ahead and talk about the full standings at the end of today's video, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Next up, we have the Diamondbacks and the Blue Jays. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. was making his return to Toronto. We know that he was traded for Dalton Varsho. He almost went yard in his first at-bat back. You know who got it out, though? The home run derby champ, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He deleted a baseball, his 14th home run of the year. He's the first home run derby champion ever to hit a home run in his first at-bat after winning it. Now, remember how Lourdes was making his return to Toronto? Another piece in that trade was Gabriel Moreno, so he's making his return as well, and he made it count. He ties it at 2-2. He goes the other way for a home run. Now, Arizona, they're going to get a double play to end the 7th. Oh no, it's bobbled. And Toronto, they take the lead. Not only do they take the lead, they keep on adding to it on a Matt Chapman double. Whit Merrifield, he delivered the final blow with a 2-run single to right field. The Blue Jays, they went pretty handedly 7-2 over the Diamondbacks. My jaw nearly dropped when I saw this box score between the Mets and the Dodgers. Justin Verlander walked, and this can't be real. He walked 6 hitters, so we can see that he walked the bases loaded in the 5th inning, and Mookie Betts, he placed it perfectly to left field, just ahead of the glove of Mark Canha. He grabs an RBI. Freddie Freeman, he does what Freddie Freeman always does. He laces another double. That 2-run 2-bagger gives him 32 doubles and 63 RBIs on the season. Julio Urias, they only let him go 85 pitches, but he made those 85 pitches count. Urias struck out the side in the 6th, giving him 6 shutout innings, 7 strikeouts. He only allowed 1 base hit the entire night, so in his last 2 starts, he's gone 12 innings with 15 punch-outs. Urias might be back, folks. JD Martinez, speaking of being back, he has taken full advantage of the LA Dodgers Fountain of Youth sorcery program. I don't know what they're doing down there, but he has 23 home runs already, a 130 OPS plus. Another shutout I want to talk about, the Reds and the Brewers, a battle for first place in the NL Central. Willy Adames, he had a leaping grab to help out Corbin Burnes, and speaking of help, Corbin, he's going to get some help offensively. Milwaukee, they go up 1-0 after that. Wait, no, Spencer Steer hosed them at home plate. plate, so it's still scoreless. Corbin Burnes and Graham Ashcraft, they were battling all night long, not only with each other, but with the heat. Corbin, he nearly blacked out. He was locked in, and then he kind of had to step off the mound and really regroup and get some water because he was about to faint. He ended up going 6 shutout frames with 13 punchies. If the Brewers can just get 1 run, Corbin Burnes will be a winner. And there it is. Victor Caratini, he delivers as Devin Williams, who I met in a hotel at the All-Star game. It was kind of funny. He now has 21 saves. The entire game, the Brewers allowed 2 base hits, and they struck out 18 Reds. Chicago fans are going to want to close their eyes over the next few minutes because we're going to talk about the White Sox game and the Cubs game back-to-back. Ronald, he started the second half just like he did the first half. He got on base and immediately stole second. He has 42 stolen bases in 90 games. Again, he's on pace for a 40-70 season. Kopech, he had trouble locating. He's coming back from a shoulder issue, and maybe he just should have stayed on the IL because, yeah, that ball was absolutely barreled up for a grand slam. Matt Olson now has 30 home runs, so his 30 home runs and 76 RBIs are both number 1 in the National League. Charlie Morton, he has been way better in 2023. He has a good year than a bad year. A good year, a bad year. Now we're back to a good year. He went out there and shoved for 7 more shutout frames. He did so on 83 pitches, so very economical. He lowers his ERA to 3.2, and the Braves, they got up to 9 after Ozzie Albies plated 2 more on another extra base hit. He has 66 RBIs as a second baseman. That's wild. Cubs fans, close your eyes. You were taking on the Red Sox in Wrigley Field, and yeah, Rafi, he sent one out for his 21st home run, and Adam Duvall right after launched one of his own. Devers, he went off again. He had himself a 2 home run game, and so did Cody Bellinger. Now, I'm going to show his bombs in just a second, but I got to show Tristan Casas. He wanted some shine as well. He's hitting 295 with the 132 OPS plus over his last 61 at-bats, but belly bombs, they're so back. Bellinger, he connected on his 10th home run and then ripped his 11th home run 2 innings later. 1 to center field, 1 to left field. That's when Cody Bellinger is most dangerous, when he's letting the ball travel and going the other way. Boston said, okay, that's great for the game of baseball. Cody Bellinger is back, but we will be taking this W. Justin Turner, he goes boom, and so does Yu Chang. Boston, they teed off for 6 home runs against the Cubs, and they are now, wait for it, 9-1 over their last 10 games. They've won 6 games in a row, and Masataka Yoshida, he just made some history. He became the second left-handed Red Sox player since Ted Williams to have 8 consecutive games with 2 or more base hits. He is an absolute wizard with a baseball bat in his hands. So this game was kind of weird because Cleveland fans started off with terrible news that Shane Bieber, he was scratched with forearm tightness, but to be honest with you guys, Bieber has not been all that good over the last few weeks, but this was on top of Tristan McKenzie going down with a UCL injury, so Cleveland's rotation has been decimated. But Bo Naylor and his brother Josh, they made Cleveland fans feel a little bit of happiness because they both hit 2-run home runs in the 3rd inning. That's the first time since 2013 that brothers had a home run in 1 inning. I think the last time it was Justin Upton and BJ Upton, but Texas, they wanted to bury that piece of history, and they buried it pretty quick. Nathaniel Lowe's solo home run in the 4th inning started an avalanche of unanswered scoring against the Guardians. That double from Corey Seager ties it at 4, and they just kept pouring it on. Adolis Garcia, he's back from the home run derby. More on him in just a second. Jonah Heim and Tavares, they all knocked in 1, making it 8-4. And then for good measure, some tape measure home runs. You have Corey Seager, Adolis Garcia, and Jonah Heim all belting long home runs. They all went 410 plus feet. The Rangers have now scored 10 plus runs 20 times already. I think last year the Yankees did it 22 times over the course of 2023, which led baseball. So the Rangers, their offense is absolutely, positively legit. I underestimated them severely. So because we just brought up the Yankees, let's talk about their game against the Rockies, shall we? New York, they were showing off their brand new hitting coach, Sean Casey. Now remember, the Yankees, they were 27th in batting average and 26th in on-base percentage in the first half, but they do slug pretty well, so that 455-foot Giancarlo Stanton missile was not a surprise. But you know what was a surprise, though? Carlos Rodon allowing 3 runs in the 2nd inning. Rookie Ezekiel Tovar, he singled home CJ Cron, and then another rookie, Brenton Doyle, he drove home 2 more. Randall Grichuk, he's always seen lefties pretty well. He sent out his 5th home run of the year, and shout out to Austin Gomber. He's probably been the worst pitcher in baseball since being traded for in that Nolan Arenado trade. He did not allow a single run to score after that 2-run home run to Stanton. Chris Bryant, he got those 2 runs back, and oh my, Nolan Jones, not only did he go 470 feet on that home run, but just a few moments later, he ends the game with a sick grab in left field. The Rockies, they beat the Yankees 7-2, and I think the Yankees are now 14-19 ever since Aaron Judge went down with an injury, so they are nothing without their captain. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the Angels game, shall we? They were taking on the Astros. I almost just feel bad for recapping these games for Angels fans. Ohtani, he did look pretty good through 3 scoreless, but his finger acted up in the 3rd. He had a few walks, he hit a batter, he set up a bases loaded opportunity for the Astros, and rookie Corey Julks, he went the other way for an RBI. Jeremy Pena, he put the ball in play. He was able to beat out a double play for another RBI. Now, Ohtani did end the threat, but Houston, they picked back up in the 5th inning. Kyle Tucker, he doubled in Bregman after Bregman doubled, so it's 3-2 Houston, and that's bad. That's real bad right there. Rengifo, not only did he drop the ball, he then kind of jogged after it. It was minimal effort at best, and he was taken out by the manager, Phil Nevin. He was not happy with that effort. Now, LA did make it a game. They tied it at 4-4, but Houston, they reclaimed the lead on a 2-run single from Mauricio Dubon. He's been so underrated this year. There's an RBI from Jose Abreu, who has been much better over the last month or so, and Ryan Presley, he struck out the side in the 9th inning. He has 21 saves. He has been really good lately as well. The Angels, they've lost 6 games in a row. Is it time to trade Ohtani? Let me know. Here we go. The Twins and the Oakland Athletics. Minnesota, they found themselves up by 1 after a long triple from Kyle Farmer, but look at who tied it up. The rookie in his debut, Zach Geloff, he barely missed the home run. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I thought that was going to be a lazy pop-up to the center fielder or something like that, but good for him. He's got pop. The A's actually then took the lead, but Minnesota, they deployed a pinch hitter in the 4th inning, Edward Julian, and he delivered. That double knotted things up at 3-3, and it ain't 3-3 no more. My friend Joey Gallo blasted a 2-run home run, his 16th. He's having a Joey Gallo season of the ages. He's hitting 189, that is 189, but he has a 112 OPS plus, so technically he's been 12% above average, even though he's not even hitting 190. Johan Duran, he had a tough 9th inning. He allowed an RBI single to JJ Bleday, but he was able to settle down. He locked in. He has 13 saves on the season, and the Minnesota Twins are back in first place by a half game over the Guardians. The Tigers were taking on Luis Castillo and the Mariners in Seattle. This game is going to be a lot of fun for me. Just wait for it. Kerry Carpenter, his pop is vastly underrated. He has 15 home runs and a 125 OPS plus in his first 79 big league games. This dude absolutely rakes. It's 2-0 Detroit. We'll make it 2-1 because J-Rod, no, he didn't. Matt Vierling, he went airborne. He robs J-Rod of a home run, and this is where the fanboy in me can really have some fun. Akil, the bad man Badu, he bangs one out. He only has 4 on the season, but he missed a chunk of time with some injury, but he is just so cool in my opinion. Eduardo Rodriguez got into some trouble in the 5th inning, but Nick Maton, his second baseman, thankfully helped out with a huge diving stop, and that's a yikes for me. Ty France, he was hosed on a bad strike 3 call that ends a bases loaded opportunity for the Mariners. Maton, he then helped out with the sticks. That was a clutch insurance home run because Kelnick, he doubled in J-Rod. Now, the umpire at home did call him out initially, but they went to review, and J-Rod was called safe, so it was overturned. And Mike Ford, he just will not stop destroying baseballs. That home run got the Mariners within 1 run. They actually got the bases loaded for their face of the franchise, their superstar, J-Rod, with the bases loaded, and Alex Lang got him. He now has 14 saves on the season. I wonder if the Tigers are going to ship him because Jason Foley, I feel like he could be the next closer for the Tigers. But yeah, they beat the Mariners 5-4. Really close game. Before we end today's recap, I want to give a complete update on the standings across the game of baseball. So in the AL East, we can see that the Orioles, they've won 6 games in a row. They're 7-3 over their last 10, so they are right behind the Rays. They're 1.5 games back. The Yankees are now tied with the Red Sox as Boston has won 6 games in a row. I think, yeah, they're 9-1 over their last 10. In the Central, I'll say this right now, this division is over if Shane Bieber and Tristan McKenzie are going to be out for the rest of 2023. The AL West, the Rangers, they're 4-6 in their last 10, but that was a big-time W against the Guardians yesterday. The Astros, they've been playing better, whereas the Mariners, the Angels, and the A's, they're all kind of searching for it right now. The National League, we have the East. The Braves are still ahead by 9.5 games. They're going to win that division pretty easily. The Central, we have the Brewers and the Reds now tied for first place. The Brewers, they've won 2 in a row. The Reds, they've lost 2 in a row. And then finally, we have the Dodgers. They are 1 game up of the Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks have officially been displaced for first place. The Dodgers have won 5 in a row, whereas the Giants and the Padres, they've won 3 games in a row. The Giants are 2.5 games back, and the Padres, they're 8.5 games back of the West. But let's take a look at the wild card standings. So the Boston Red Sox are just 2 games back of the Astros for a playoff spot. So they're tied with the Yankees. The Mariners are 5 games back. In the National League, we can see that the Marlins, the Diamondbacks, and the Giants are all secured right now to make the playoffs, but the Brewers and the Reds, they're tied for a half game back, and the Phillies, they're 1.5 games back with the Padres. They've been playing way better lately. They are just 6 games back of a wild card spot, so there you go. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's MLB recap. We do these almost every single day, so stick around, hit that subscribe button. Thank you all so much for your support. Remember to use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek to save $20 off, and I'll catch you in the next one.